Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. And in this 10-minute moan, the topic is another example of Alec Salmond getting right tore in to the SNP. And I think it's hilarious. And this time he's been doing it down at a press conference in London where he's slaughtering them for ruining his legacy, which when you hear what he's got to say, is kind of difficult to contradict him here. So this one's from the Express. Alec Salmond launches scathing attack on SNP as he accuses him of squandering his legacy. Now, I would take umbrage with that headline. I don't think this is Alec Salmond launching a scathing attack. I think this is Alec Salmond launching another scathing attack on the SNP, because those who are regular viewers would understand how much enjoyment Alec Salmond's given me over the last few months with his scathing attacks on the SNP. This is just another one. The former First Minister and now Alba Party leader hit out at his former party for plummeting polling, which puts Scottish Labour above them after his work to cement the SNP as the most popular party in Scotland. Right? And to be honest with you, see if I was a nationalist and I thought tactical voting to get rid of the SNP, either for Labour in most instances or Tory or indeed Lib Dem in one case, I think, for Lib Dem, I might struggle with that, right? I get that. I don't buy into this unionist party. There is only one of them as a proper unionist party, and that's the Conservatives. But I understand the concerns nationalists would have voting for any of them, and they still want to believe in Scotland being independent at some point in the future. And if it's going to happen, it's a long way off. But you know, I think the nationalist movement's got to rebuild because SNP ain't getting them their goals. So I think if I was a nationalist, I think I'd need to vote Alba, to be honest with you, because SNP are just red rotten. And they've let you down. They have got no path to independence. They've got no path to a referendum. All they're offering is saying, get us to half the seats, which would be 29, and that'll give us a mandate to go to Westminster for an attempt to get another referendum. But if you think about it, take this, right, you're Westminster and they get 29 seats, right? And they turn up and say, right, we want a mandate, we have a mandate for a referendum, when can we have it? Well, they would go, well, how many votes did you get? Well, we get 29 seats. Aye, but you get 37, 32, 33% or whatever it is of the vote. How's that a mandate? Bugger off, right? Beat it. So it's a stupid notion, and they have no route to independence for people who want independence. So I don't know why they would continue voting for them. And I think the logical route for these people would be to vote Alba. And unless you really hate Alec Salmond. But anyway, the story goes, Alec has launched a new scathing attack in the SNP as he accused them of squandering his legacy as leader, but he refused to stand as an Alba Party candidate in the general election, instead setting his sights and getting into Holyrood in 2026 as either a constituency MSP or on the regional list. Recent polling has been bleak for the former First Minister's party, as they are not expected to win any seats when Scots go to polls in July the 4th. In fact, the recent trend has them slated to lose a number of deposits throughout the country. Oh, there you go. So Alba might be not even getting 5% of the vote. However, the party's decision to field 19 candidates, including in close-run seats between Labour and SNP in the Central Belt, may prove to be fatal for John Swinney, as the independence vote will be squeezed. And Mr Salmond was direct in his criticism of his former party. He pointed out that under his leadership, they trounced Scottish Labour in 2007 and 2011, and he had spent years attempting to do this. In the first instance, he led the Nats to victory and became First Minister of a minority government before cementing this 4 years later when he won a majority. At a press conference in London, he told journalists that it was agonising to see Anis Sarwar's party overtake the SNP, and added that all of that effort to replace Labour had been thrown away for no reason whatsoever. 9 polls in a row have shown that his former party have plummeted below Labour. Even as early as last year, the Scottish National Party consistently had a double-digit polling lead over the stewardship of Nicola Sturgeon. But this has been eroded since Humza Yousaf took on and plunged to new lows earlier this week, when Redfield and Wilton polled a 10-point deficit. Back in 2019, Labour won 18.6% of the Scottish votes and returned just one MP, Ian Murray, while the Nats won 45% and 48 seats. The average result of all the opinion polls released so far puts Labour on 36% and SNP on 31% of the vote. The lowest polling so far has Mr Swinney's party losing a majority of seats, leaving them with just 7, including Westminster leader Stephen Flynn being unseated. This would be a disastrous result for the Nats and would set the independence cause back years. Now, I would love that to be true, they get 7 seats. I can't quite see it, but I would love it, and if it happens, I'll be delighted. But I'll still stick by what I said months before the election took place, that anything sort of 20 to 25 or lower will be a fantastic result for those who want to dispose the SNP of power. So if it gets to 7, other polls are suggesting 11. There was one just yesterday that the Nats were going nuts for because it said they would get 26 or something like that, and they seen that as quite a good result. So, where it will end up, nobody knows. But it is what it is. It's polls at the end of the day. Mr Salmond launched Alba for the Holyrood elections in 2021, but failed to win a single seat. With has also repeated in the 2022 council elections. It does have representatives in Westminster, Edinburgh and local authority-wise thanks to defections from the SNP. He insisted he would not be on the ballot on July the 4th, but confirmed he planned to stand for Holyrood in 2026 in Banffshire and Buchan, currently held by Karen Adam. He was previously MSP for Aberdeenshire East, which is where Energy Minister Gillian Martin is now. And the Alba leader made a bold prediction as he claimed in 2 years' time his party would win 15% of the regional vote and return 20 MSPs. He added, this general election is now centred on the realignment of the right in English politics. Alba believe it will also point the way in realigning the national movement in Scotland. Kind of agree with that. This is a bit you're getting back to normal, Alec, and I don't like this, right? 50% of people believe in independence. No, they don't. Might be close to that, but stop it, right? You're doing all right up to this point. But only around 30% are prepared to vote for SNP. Alba are saying to these people, don't stay at home and certainly don't vote Unionist Labour. Move to Alba and help reinvigorate the national cause in Scotland. And I don't really have a big issue with that. I would prefer everybody to tactically vote for Labour, Tory or Lib Dem. But if that's just a step too far for nationalists and they voted for Alba, it would amount to the same thing. It takes seats off the SNP and show SNP, to be fair, that there's still people believe in nationalism. That's fine. That's allowed. I'm a unionist, but people are allowed to have opposite opinions. It's healthy. But take the power off of them, because that's what they need. They need a quick, swift kick to the gonads, right? And take the dough off them, let them lose some more short money, and bankrupt them. And then the nationalists in Scotland politically can do whatever they want after that. If that's, all get behind Alba, start it, whatever you want to do, that's fine. But SNP have got to go. And I've seen a Twitter post today showing that the Electoral Commission had updated with their Q1 donations. And in those 3 months, each month, the SNP received one donation, and each of those donations were from Westminster itself, giving them their short money. So the only income they've had in donations, January, February, and March of this year, has been through short money. And that, my dear friends, is what we can take off them by tactically voting and getting shot of them from Westminster and leaving this precarious party financially bankrupt. All right? So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, but most importantly of all, unless you're SNP or any of their still remaining but reducing cult members. Everybody else, have a great day. Cheery bye now.